Also a 2-minute question, starting with Matthew. Do you favor an independent redistricting process? And what might it look like?
Absolutely, I favor an independent redistricting process, and I always have. I think what it would probably look like is appointing, a certain number of members. You would get appointments from different people. There would be a cap on how many people from a particular party would be. So, like if it was a 5-member commission, for example, or let's say a 7-member commission, you could have no more than 2 or 3 from any party to make sure we have third-party independent representation. I really think that you could do redistricting mostly with a fairly simple mathematical formula that each district's got to have the same number of people. Okay, that's a legal requirement. But then you put in factors that you respect geographic boundaries and you respect physical boundaries. In my district, there's a mountain range that runs right through the middle. So to get to part of the district, you have to leave the district and go around the other way. You respect communities of interest. District 50 runs right down the middle of Stanley, right down the middle of Moriarty, right down the middle of Edgewood. That's not the end of the world. The mayor of Moriarty once told me, I asked him, what's it like having it split? And he said, well, that gives me 2 legislators I can go to for help. So, that there's a way to do that. I absolutely think we should go down that route. One thing I will point out, District 50 is a really odd, challenging shape. That doesn't mean it's gerrymandered. It wasn't drawn by the Democrats or by a political party to favor a political party. It was drawn by a court with Democrats and Republicans at the table. I don't know if there were independents there. They certainly would have had a right to intervene had they been interested. So it's an odd shape, but gerrymandered isn't really what it is.
We can disagree. We do disagree. District 50 is shamefully gerrymandered. It's gerrymandered to increase the power of Democrats. And it was done intentionally. Its 2 biggest cities, Edgewood and Moriarty, are divided in half. Its 3rd biggest city, Estancia, was taken out of it. When the last redistricting was done in 2011, the intention was clearly to make it forever blue, and that's why you are voting in this district. It used to be a center of New Mexico farm and ranch district, and now it is an example of how not to draw a political map. It used to be a community of interest, the Estancia water basin, one of the most important aquifers in the state. It was redrawn so that the incumbent Rhonda King couldn't even run for it anymore because she didn't have ties in El Dorado. So the votes of El Doradans were amplified. The 4,700 voters on the other side of this mountain range, they should be voting in the Rio Grande corridor. And, I am going to, it should be done by people who don't have a partisan interest. It really isn't hard. The Supreme Court in Pennsylvania just took a hard look at a redistricting map that was brought to them by a 9th grade geography class. With today's tools, it really isn't that hard. I think returning the Valencia county voters to the Rio Grande corridor, bringing El Dorado back to Santa Fe, and restoring the Estancia Basin, that's a motivating force in my candidacy.